let's head to South Beach here, okay? Where the Dolphins and Tua, they did shock a lot last year. Tua, I made a comment about the Ravens defense and how they're elite, and then Tua comes back. He scores, the wildest fourth quarter comeback of all time, and, that was that. But Tua, when he's on the field, is a big difference maker for the Dolphins overall. They're good. They're really good. Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. There's a big future in Miami with the second-year head coach Mike McDaniel. I think the future's only going up and up for the Dolphins. I really do. And let's break it into the offense. So there's the Miami Jets here with a couple of Jet players that they claimed or traded away because that's what they do. But yes, Tyreek Hill, his best statistical career ever.
Well, no offense, but it is definitely the Miami 49ers. It is 100% the Miami 49ers. Look at all the SFs there. Jeez Louise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count the head coach. 7. Then there's an 8th. That's insane. But continue.
Yeah, so Tyreek Hill had his best statistical year with the Dolphins last year. Well over 100 catches. 1,750 yards, and Tua played 12 games. And I think he had double-digit touchdowns as well. Imagine what he could do with a full healthy year of Tua. I think that receiving yard mark is going to get shattered. Tua is probably the best quarterback on this roster. No offense to Mike White. All the offense to Skylar Thompson. Okay, but Tua is the man that this offense is built around. And the offensive line stays together. Teron Armstead. Let's see what his health does, and it's looking at towards week 1. I'm not sure if he's starting or not, but we're going to figure that out as time gets closer. I don't like the tight end room. Durham Smythe, Julian Hill. The guy that that guy went to the Rams. I'm thinking of it's totally something else. But
yeah, I couldn't tell you a single thing about this tight end room of two guys that I have zero knowledge about. I don't know.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. I have no idea.
I don't know who Julian Hill is, but I know Durham Smythe was there with Gesicki. That was their 1-2 combo for a little bit.
So lethal.
The tight ends,
lethal gritty.
Yeah, they use those tight ends, man. Here's the thing about this team. You have Tua and 2 receivers. That's all I got. Okay? That's it. You are 1 injury away from, not being able to do it.
But, who's stopping the receivers, though? They're 2 of the fastest receivers in the league.
I'm okay with that. But if one of them gets hurt, a defense isn't having a hard time figuring out what to do. You're 1 injury away. If Tua gets injured, which everyone has a question mark around that one because we're not sure what that's at. And if he's not 1 concussion away from not being in the league anymore, and I don't know. And granted, he did his, training in the offseason to fall a little bit better and stuff. And I saw a couple of videos in preseason that didn't look too bad when he was getting hit and stuff. He fell not poorly. But, I think this team is 1 injury away from potential, a lost season. The running game's always going to be good. It's the same kind of San Francisco thing that happens. McDaniels knows what's going on. I'm not.
They got a nice 3-headed monster there.
Yeah, running game's solid as hell. It's gonna be no matter what. They bring in running backs to do the job, and it'll be great.
And
A-Chain's gonna be the starter by the end of the year.
Yeah, but in this scheme, you can't. There's not even a true starter, man. They use the guys and they all run. And Jeff Wilson's good. Raheem Mostert's great, and you got a young rookie that's potentially great too. So running game's gonna be great. I'm just saying that at any point in time, you are 1 injury away from a lost season to me. because I don't see anything in this receiving core. You want to talk about receiving cores? Yeah, you have two guys that are maybe the best duo in the league, hands down. I have nothing against that. But one of them gets injured, and now you have one guy who's going to constantly be covered. No one's letting that through. No defense. And then what? Braxton Berrios. Like, I'm sorry, but that ain't it for me. That is my argument when it comes to Miami and this offense.
Just depth at O-line kind of stinks too. Like it's Eichenberg and nobody else.
So I'm just saying you are a simple injury away from, potentially a bad lineman, potentially a bad receiving core, and as long as Tua stays healthy all season. So Mike White's competent, though. I mean, you've said it enough times, Will. And
listen here. We all know I know how Mike White works. Okay, he has one good game. Okay, so 2021 he had that eruption against the Bengals. He beats the Bengals. Last year he had the eruption against the Bears, and it flatlines. There's nothing else after that.
Well, I mean, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But
I know I don't want to see him on the field. I want to see Tua on the field. That's what I want to do. Like, hey, when Tua's on this team, it's a much better team.
Absolutely, and Tua's certainly not the best quarterback. But he's competent enough to get the ball to one of those two guys who are the best receiving duo in the league. So that's fantastic. And there's a lot of hype around this team, a lot of hype around this defense. But again, for me, man, they have to Tua, those two receivers and a little bit more of this offense has to stay healthy the entire season. Because if they're not, they're one injury away from losing it, I think. That's my opinion, but I don't see an argument around that. If they're healthy, very good. And like you said, Tyreek Hill or either of these receivers at any time could have an insane season and break records, receiving records, like you said. But Tua hasn't been healthy historically. We need to see it happen. If it happens. Do you guys want to say anything? I knew I just went on about it, but
no, I mean you stated facts for every team in the league.
What?
You stated the facts that are there for every team in the league.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but teams have depth and maybe could afford an injury or two, but I don't think this team can.
No team's weathering an injury to their starting quarterback.
No, absolutely not. But again, if one of those two receivers get hurt too, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's not promising. Okay. Do we want to move on? Did I drop a bomb? I don't know what to. I don't know.
Kind of like sadness. I don't know.
I'm not. I'm just saying. There's a lot of hype around this team, but it could.
Basically, the vibe I'm getting is Dom's just a hater.
Well, yeah, okay. I've always hated on the Dolphins.
I try to look at it as the glass is, half full. I want to just, get it through.
All right. Let's go to defense
here. Okay. Jalen Ramsey, who knows if he's going to play this year? I really don't think he's going to play. I do not think so. I think his injury is a lot worse. I know he says, I'm going to be back by October. I don't really think he's going to be
You literally had that injury. Didn't you, Dom?
Oh, yeah. I tore my meniscus in half, no big deal. I wasn't 100% for 15 months, but it's an injury where he could put feet on a field again in October, but not be 100%. And if the surgery goes as they actually would plan it to go, which is there's only they're NFL caliber, surgeons and whatnot. So it could be a 30% success rate of that surgery going the way they want it to go, like the perfect surgery for a meniscus and everything. Then he's out, period. He cannot even put his foot on the ground for the next month and a half. So, I don't know. I would say there's a good chance, like Will said, he doesn't play this season. So huge hit to this defense.
I don't like that they have only four corners, and Jalen Ramsey's not even one of them.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard, Cam Smith, Eli Apple. They trade away one kid to Dallas. They got a
First round
player
pick.
for players.
First round pick, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
former 2020 first rounder.
Alvin Joseph right there. Yeah. Who doesn't have got traded.
But what will help them, especially, is that front four with Zach Sealer, Christian Watson, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, who
Christian Wilkins.
is that not what I said?
You said
Nope.
Christian Watson. But you're good. I got you.
That's a bold strategy, having a receiver play defensive tackle.
I got you.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
I got you. One of the better.
Oh, there's the guy. Yeah. So they got Kelvin Joseph, who's on the bottom there, second nickelback. That's who they traded for the kid that they traded away yesterday. But yeah, if they're gonna be winning, it's that front seven that has to do a lot of the work. We know what Van Ginkel could do. Bradley Chubb, we know what he can do. Let's see if he can maybe succeed in his first full off season with Miami. Vic Fangio's now still he's with them again. Maybe he'll unlock, all the capability and potential there.
Jalen Phillips, dog.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the defense, but I don't hate the defense. I'm like in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, we know they're not going to blitz, so why do we have so many linebackers that blitz? Like, I know they're going to play Chubb on the line. Like, he's an on-ball linebacker.
Absolutely.
But that's a lot of, I don't know. I don't understand. There's like no defensive line depth, but then they're all in linebackers that are going to play on the line.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish Colton was here because I know Colton would argue this is a good defense. He always does with me, and I always say I don't think Miami's defense is very good. I think it's an okay defense. Like, yeah, absolutely.
An okay defense with a lot of big names on it.
Yeah, and Jake said it's an okay defense. Will said basically the same thing. Yeah, I think it's an okay defense.
I mean, I like a lot of players. Xavier Howard and Javon Holland are some of my favorite secondary players in the whole league.
The Jalen Ramsey thing was like a figurehead of this defense, so losing that was huge, And
yeah, you go from Jalen Ramsey to Eli Apple.
Yeah.
What a drastic improvement.
Was Eli Apple the one that Tyreek Hill peace signed?
Yes.
Well, it was, right? It was Eli Apple?
I think so, yeah.
Or was it Von Bell?
No, it's probably Eli Apple.
Yeah, it had to have been. Because Eli Apple talks the most trash. Yeah, so I think that's kind of funny they're on the same team. But
yeah. Let's go into the schedule. Coast-to-coast road games to start the season. That is a brutal. That's brutal. Yeah, Denver's the home opener. Yeah.
I want you to keep in mind, this is why I don't think much of Miami and the Patriots. I think they're going to battle for last place in this division all year. I don't think.
You say Miami's going for last in the division.
I wouldn't consider.
I think this is an 11-win team. I really do. There's if that receiving core and Tua are on the field, I do not know what's stopping them, man. There's no defense that could keep up with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill in 60 minutes of play. I really think 11 wins is, more than doable for the Dolphins.
I have 11 wins.
Dom is just not happy right now.
I'm counting.
What comes after 5?
I don't have 11
wins. Season.
I sit around what I said for the Patriots. I sit around a floor of 8 wins, and for me, I have a hard time against some of these teams. This is not the easiest schedule, I don't think. You have Kansas City, you have Philadelphia, you have the Bills twice, obviously. I mean, our division always splits against pretty much everyone. I mean, that's always how it's gone. And if you look last year, okay, here's the thing too. Miami last year went 9-8, 3-3 in the division. All right. The Patriots went 8-9, 3-3 in the division. I think the Patriots improved from last year, and I don't know how much Miami improves from last year. That's where I'm at.
Well,
The defense is not spectacular for Miami. We just went over that. It's okay. And yeah, if they're healthy, I consider them doing probably slightly better. But that's just where I'm at. I think head to head, all these teams in this division, it's going to split like across the board, I think. But I don't know. I really don't.
They play almost their entire back half of their schedule at home.
Yeah, which is kind of wild.
The only stretch
should be rough.
The only stretch I don't like is week 14 to week 18. Like,
yeah.
There's not a stretch I don't
mind week 14 against Tennessee. That could be
still Derrick Henry though. I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. And who knows what the Titans will be then? I mean, hey, I'll still put them as a question mark, but
I would say Miami wins that game though.
Week 7 through 9 is not great either. I mean, they got to go on the road to Philadelphia. They come home, but then they got to go right on the road again to then Kansas City.
No, they go to Germany. That game.
Where does it say that?
It's a 9:30 game.
9:30 a.m. Germany against City's tough.
What doesn't scare me about that is the Dolphins just beat the Patriots at home all the time. Like, it just doesn't make any sense as to why that happens.
Yeah. But, I mean, again, I think they split all of those division games. But I think there's hard games in this. The Cowboys, I think that's going to be a hard game for them. Stephon Gilmore, I mean, you're talking about an actual defensive team that maybe could hold up against Tua.
I mean, that
if
was one
Trayvon
of the
Diggs intercepts the ball.
That was one of the losses I gave them, and I still had 11.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Baltimore is going to be tough away that late in the season. We don't know where they're going to be at by week 18, but it's division rival. At least it's home. That's great for them. But Jets twice in 4 weeks is tough. I don't know. I don't have 11 wins, but I just don't think that it's that much of a difference between New England and Miami for me personally.
So I have Miami winning the division.
That's nuts to me.
Spoilers. No. Whoa. Spoilers.